Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have our 2-week update for this test panel where we have applied these 4 spray sealants. So we have Ethos Resist Graphene Hybrid Coating, 303 Graphene Nano Spray Coating, Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Pro Graphene Infused Flex Wax, and Bowden's own bead machine. So as you can see, we have the 3 graphene products and 1 sort of traditional spray sealant. So this is our current reigning champion for these tests. Put it up against the rest of the Bowden's own range, which it won, and put it up against 5 other popular spray sealants, and it also won. So now we thought, let's put it up against some graphene products. So if you guys haven't been following these tests, this is the panel we do it on. And this is going to be the 2-week wash update since we applied, but we did actually apply it a while back. Got some chemical accidentally sprayed onto it, some weed killing chemical, and it kind of killed the 2 end sections a little bit. So I've since then stripped, compounded, and reapplied all 4 products. We've done a 1-week wash update. So we've done that twice now, to be honest, the 1-week wash update. This is finally going to be moving forward with this 2 weeks. And I just finally remembered to get a paint pen and just sort of write, I'm not sure if these will last through the washing process, roughly where each section is. I can't actually see them anymore because this panel has sat outside for a bit over a week now, and it's been wind, rain, and it's covered in dust. So yeah, we'll try that. And then the last little thing I wanted to mention is that I'm now obviously doing this inside the garage, so hopefully it's not going to be too dark, you guys can see, but it is really hot at the moment here in Brisbane. I have garage air conditioning. I've got a little bit of a better lighting setup in here, so I thought I really should actually put this to use, put the aircon on and film this video in here, because I'm actually about to do a second video in here anyway. So yeah, with that said, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rinsing, washing, and then rinsing our soap off before we find out exactly how these products are all looking in both a sheeting and a misting function. So we want to check for the sheeting, we want to check for the beads, and then we're going to blow dry it and just see how they're all lasting after 2 weeks. Okay, so let's just rinse this off and see how they're looking. Okay, so you can clearly see some looking better than others, and looks like I did write the each product somewhat in the right spot. So now, if you guys didn't catch the second 1-week update, I've put tape right to the edge of either side so that every single section has a clear square where it's applied. So you'll have a tape line around each one, a full border, no tape to stop the water behaviour. So that should be making things a little bit easier to see. So now what I want to do is I want to give it a wash. So we've got our CarPro reset. And here's where we check. Okay, so that's good. It's not going to wipe off the marker where I wrote where each product is. Okay, so we've let that soap, wash, car wash shampoo, sit for a minute. Let's go ahead and rinse that off. Just really want to make sure we give that a very thorough rinse, make sure we're not leaving any residue left. So, I mean, we can see some pretty clear differences. So coming over here to the Ethos, it did seem to take a while to get rid of that water. The 303, not looking too great, if I'm honest. But the Turtle Wax and the Bowdens looking the best too so far. So let's try and flood each section and just see how they kind of look. So we'll start over this side on the Bowdens. So we're going to try and flood that entire section, which is basically impossible to do. While you're rinsing, it starts flooding the water away, sheeting the water away. So even just trying to get half of it. Okay, there we go, we almost, yep, there we go. Okay, and look at that, it just, water could not get away fast enough, and we've got the perfect flooded off section, sheeted off section. So coming over to the turtle wax, we'll do the exact same thing. Also really hard to completely flood. There we go. And it's taking its time. It is on a completely flat section. Now I'm doing this in the garage and it is a lot flatter than out on my driveway. But yeah, there we go. So the water on the end section did sheet off a little bit faster, but it does have a little bit of an angle and has that little bit of a curve in the bonnet. Whereas the turtle wax, you can see while we're trying to flood it. There we go, let's try that again. So there we go, yeah, it looks a lot better. So I still think a little bit hard to call because of this Bowden's being on this angle. But yeah, I would say that the Bowden seems to sheet that off a lot quicker. So yeah, there we go. Let's move over to the 303. So the 303, pretty easy to completely flood. And it's waiting for that to start sheeting off. And there it goes. A little bit slower. So noticeably slower than the other two. But still sheeting off. Okay, and lastly, let's bring my hose around the camera. Lastly, we have the Ethos. Okay, so the Ethos is quite easy to completely flood, as you can see. So there we go, waiting for that water to start to disappear. And took a minute, and there it goes. So yeah, sheeting off. Hopefully you guys can see. I can see it through the camera, so I'm hoping you guys will see it when you're watching this back. But yeah, it's definitely the slowest, and it is on the corner section. So you'd expect it to be faster than the 303. So it has that advantage of the little curve of the bonnet there. So that should kind of help, to be honest. But it does seem to be the slowest. So, all right, so next up, let's just put the hose into a mist function. So we're gonna just go over the entire panel. Okay, there we go. Just put the hose down, and what I'll do is I'll bring my other camera in, and we'll just slowly go over each section. So just for an example, here that you can see where the light is hitting, that is, hopefully that light's not making it too much. I might turn that off, I think. But yeah, so that there, that is the tape line. So that is with no product. So if we go over each section, you can see clear difference. So that's the Bowden zone. So that's bead machine. So obviously really nice beads. Tape section in the middle, and we come over to the turtle wax. So the turtle wax, not quite as perfect and round as the bead machine. So if I just get in nice and close, really slow, so you can see some of those, I'll just come back over. There's the Bowdens. So yeah, all perfectly round beads basically on the Bowdens. Whether that really matters, I don't know, but generally as the beads start to get less and less perfect and round, it's kind of the product starting to fail a little bit. So here's the tape section between the turtle wax and the 303. So coming over to the 303, you can see that's definitely a step down from the turtle wax. They're not very round. So trying not to make that too blurry and not move too fast so you guys can see. So yeah, there's the 303. Bring that back up. Tape line separating between the 303 and the Ethos, and coming over, that is the Ethos. So also not as nice as it was, and if we just pan across, hopefully you guys can see, they are all looking really good compared to the tape line, or compared to this back section where I've written down which each product is. So you can see that's the beading you'll get with nothing, with just bare paint. If you get a light bit of rain, it's going to just sit there looking like that. So all the products are looking better, but it's been 2 weeks, so none are looking, I'd say these two aren't looking as good as they did at the 1 week, and especially the initial rinse, so the Ethos and the 303. Turtle wax, maybe there's not much in it, but it's definitely not looking the best. I'd say that the Bowden Zone clearly has a nice speeds. You can see a clear border over that whole section. So yeah, I'm glad that I actually did do the tape. It was suggested by a viewer to put a tape on either edge as well when I redid this test, just because it'll make it a bit easier to see, and everyone has the square border of tape between the products. So it's just a rectangle, everyone has the same sort of size, same shape. But yeah, so there we go. That's the beading. What I might do now is just grab my car dryer. I'll just flick that on. And we'll try and dry, so the Bowden. Alright guys, so there you go. That is our 2-week update. So it's pretty early in the test, but I'm going to say so far, which I expected as it did well in our last 2 tests, Bowden Zone looking the best. Turtle wax coming in second easily, and Ethos and the 303 kind of both not that impressive at 2 weeks, if I'm honest. Yeah, I did have high hopes for the Ethos because it was so easy to use. I really liked using it. It smelled great. Almost didn't have to buff it off, so I was happy with that stuff, and I just wanted to see how it lasted. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be too resilient. This isn't even being driven, obviously, this panel. So if your car's out driving, especially lower sections, probably not the bonnet, but sort of like side skirts, lower door sections, they'll cop it even more on rainy days. This has been sitting out in the rain. So we've had on and off rain here where I live at the moment. And yeah, it's 2 weeks. Already not looking great. So yeah, I'm going to say a clear first for the Bowdens, clear second for the turtle wax. 303 and Ethos, they're pretty close. So I won't really call a third, I'll just say equal third there. But yeah, so that's where we are for the 2-week update. So if you guys enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. Have you used any of these, and how long have you got out of them? Is this about what you expected if you have used them? And I've had a few people say that the turtle wax, they used it and they weren't very impressed because after just a few short weeks, it started to really fade quickly. So we haven't gotten to that stage yet. Don't know if we will, but that's just what I've had people comment and say and message me and say. But 2 weeks is looking pretty good. The Bowdens, I know we can expect around 3 months of it looking how it does at the moment. And yeah, the 303 is meant to last a year. I'm not really seeing that happening, if I'm honest. And the Ethos, 6 months, I think they claim. I'm not really seeing that unless it's 6 months of just parked in a garage, washed maybe once a month. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the product so far. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. There is plenty more videos like this to come. And yeah, with all that said, until next time, I will catch you guys later.